Welcome to this Yoga for Insomnia practice. My name is Eckstrom, co-founder of Inner Dimension Yoga. And this practice is really about preparing the body to rest. I know for myself, I have struggled my whole life with falling asleep and staying asleep. So I know the journey intimately, and I can say that I know what works. I would suggest for this practice that you have 2 yoga blocks nearby, although they are not necessary. And let's get right into it. You might even want to do this practice in your pajamas. That's what I'm doing today, so that you can roll right into bed when we're done. Bend the knees. Open the feet wider than the hips as you lay back, and place one hand on your heart and one hand on your low belly. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And open the mouth, exhale, let the breath go. And through the nose, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out your nose, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Out the nose, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time together. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Out the nose, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then on your own, continue breathing in this way. Internally and silently counting the breath. And knowing that these longer exhales inform the body very gently, like extending an invitation that it's time to rest. And so internally and silently maintaining that count, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6. And this is so important to the parasympathetic nervous system, to the side of the nervous system that is responsible for our rest and our digestion. And then see if you can maybe keep breathing this way, but lose the count and just allow the out breaths to extend. And throughout the course of the practice, maybe you can keep it that way as you draw the knees into the chest, give them a gentle squeeze. And then rock your way up to sit. Sweep your feet around you, come onto the hands and knees into tabletop pose. Through the nose, inhale as you drop the belly, lift the sitting bones and lift the chest. And then a long exhale out the mouth to round. Through the nose, inhale to melt the belly low and to lift the heart high. Out the mouth, exhale to round. And then continue that way on your own. And each time we exhale out of the mouth, it's an additional way of positively activating the parasympathetic side of the nervous system, the side that we want to activate prior toward rest. Exhaling out of the mouth also releases tension and strain, which further helps to activate the systems associated with rest. And then on your next inhale, come back through a neutral spine and just start to make circles with your ribs. You lean your ribs far out to the left and then dip them down to the floor, far over to the right, and then you can hang the head as you round up toward the sky. And so just creating this circular motion with the center line of the body, even though the hips and the shoulders might also want to be involved or organically feel inspired to be involved. And then see if you can return to breathing in and out through the nose, but maintain those longer exhales, and then just switch directions. And a few rib wheels in the opposite direction. And then inhale back into tabletop pose, big toes together, knees spread, and shift your way into child's pose. Spread the knees as far as it feels appropriate for you. And then allow yourself to let go. There's no effort here. Melting down into the earth. And see if you can really allow the floor, the mat, everything beneath you to rise up and support you. Give the full weight of your body down and into that support. Long exhales. On an inhale, lift your forehead, walk your hands out ahead of you, tuck your toes and lift your hips for a very gentle downward facing dog. We're not going to stay here long because downward facing dog is an inversion. So although that could be stimulating, it could also be supportive at the end of the day. So just a little touch here. Take an inhale. And then step your right foot forward to the top of the mat, lower your left knee down behind your left hip, bring your right hand inside of your right foot, and just let your hips come forward a little bit so you can stay on your hands. So just pausing in this low lunge and allowing rest to find you. Can you find some rest here, even in this shape? Take a breath. And then as you exhale, start to rock your hips back, straighten your right leg into half splits. And this might be the place, if you would like to use blocks, you can, although it's not necessary. And then you find your version of half splits, whether the hands are on the floor, whether the hands are on blocks. And again, there's an inward suggestion here. So a little tuck of the chin toward the chest, closing the eyes, narrowing the field of perception, really starting to turn inward. And so my hope is that the environment that you're in has some low light, if light at all. That you're really lowering the brightness of any screens that are around. And you're doing everything you can, really trusting that you are doing everything you can in terms of sleep hygiene to encourage your body to rest. This is great. Rebend the right knee. You might walk the blocks forward if you had them, and then heel toe the right foot to the left hand, coming into single pigeon pose. Reach the left leg back, and then maybe walk yourself down onto the elbows. And if there's any reason that this pose doesn't work for your body, you can take it on your back instead. So coming into reclining pigeon where the right ankle crosses above the left knee, if that's better for your knees and your hips. So whether you're in reclining pigeon or single pigeon, again, go in. And just watch this tendency that the mind has to go out of itself, to look around, to attune outward, to search the space. And so see if you can harness the focus as narrowly as possible onto your mat, into your body, into the rise and the fall of your breath. Nothing else needs your attention right now. This is it. This is really it. And on the inhale, walk the hands back, straighten the arms, lift the chest, tuck the left toes under, and then step back into that soft, soft downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, drop the right knee down, hands inside of the foot, and then just let the hips come forward. Getting into the inner thighs, the groins, a moment here. Be and breathe. And then in your own time, rocking the hips back, maybe calling your blocks back in to support you as you find Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. And folding in on yourself. Unclenching the jaw. And scanning the body with your awareness, never to judge, just to be curious. Where can you let go a little more? Where can you soften a little more? And setting the stage of receptivity that then really welcomes rest. You know, you've got to be receptive in order to welcome rest in. And so if I'm tensing and fighting and resisting, it's almost like I'm keeping myself in an activated state. Where can I welcome a little less effort, a little more being? Rebend the left knee, shift the blocks to the side, and then single pigeon pose as you slide the left foot over to the right, reach the right leg back, and walk yourself maybe down onto the forearms or resting the chest even to the earth. The reminder here that if it's better for you to come onto your back, by all means, please take reclining pigeon in the figure 4 shape instead, crossing the left ankle above the right knee. So through your attitude and the way that you care for yourself in this practice, you're modeling to your nervous system what's possible. And so just really starting to model that slowing down is possible, rest and effortlessness are possible, letting go is possible. And that these are qualities you're prepared to welcome in, you're ready to welcome in. On an inhale, walk the hands in, and this time place the left hand outside the left hip, lean to the left, and then just sweep the right leg forward. Bring the soles of the feet together. You might want to have one block nearby, and then recline onto your back into Supta Baddha Konasana just for a moment. Maybe the way that we began, hand on the heart, hand on the belly, and remembering those longer out breaths. Slip the hands to the outer thighs, use the hands for support to spin the feet flat. And then you could come into a regular bridge pose, pressing into the feet and lifting the hips, or you could take a restorative variation, pressing into the hips and then placing a block at the lowest height underneath the sacrum, and then just dropping the arms down by the sides. Let the sacrum be supported by the block. And if you're in bridge pose without a block, pressing into the feet, interlacing the hands, lifting the hips, pressing the forearms down into the earth. And wherever you are, take one last deep breath in. And if the block is underneath, lift the hips, slide the block off to the side, and slowly lower the middle back and the lower back down onto the mat. And draw the knees into the chest, give them just a very soft squeeze, and then extend the legs forward and out. And for a moment, clench the toes, clench the fingers, clench the biceps, the glutes, the thighs, the calves, squeeze your belly, tense the whole body, as much tension as you can put into the body. Take a deep inhale, squeeze everything. And then exhale, let it all go, and softening yourself down and in to a full and final rest. And just a moment here before I hope you transition into bed. Being sure not to jar anything that you've begun to slip into. Let the knees float into the chest. Roll to one side. Maybe the eyes could even stay closed as you press your way up to a final seat. Hands join at the heart as you bow the chin. And your mantra tonight is rest will come. Rest is a natural function of the body. My body knows how to sleep. On an inhale, draw your thumbs to your forehead for clarity of thought, your fingertips to your lips for thoughtfulness of speech, and your hands to your heart for consistency of action, allowing your practice to guide you through everything you're thinking, saying, and doing. Take a final deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, and let it go. Namaste, and wishing you a beautiful night's rest. Down below, there's a link to Inner Dimension Yoga. Follow that link and join me over there, because your first 10 days are free, but what you will also find is a full library of classes for sleep. I have a specific audio meditation full of meditations that are geared to help you fall asleep, to help you go back to sleep if you wake up in the middle of the night, and to support deep states of rest. There's a yin yoga series for deep sleep, restorative yoga series for sleep. Everything that's there is geared to help you in this journey that you're on for a life of vitality that comes from a good night's sleep. Be sure to click subscribe so that we can keep sharing these practices for free around the world. And thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.